Interesting. Probably should have checked my camera before going live. Stand by a second. Hopefully y'all can hear me. It does this sometimes. Despite the fact this is the same webcam I use every single time, it occasionally decides, no, that's the one I don't want. There we go. That's the one I want. Oh no. Oh no, if the void has consumed me, we have larger problems. Sasha should not have that much sodium. Hey guys. Hey Yalk. Hey Sheep. There are Pokemons here. There are a lot of them. We've been through... wrong way. We've been through this many so far. Well, on this hunt. Yeah, so I am on a badge quest in a randomized copy of Soul Silver. I want that. I'm gonna layer my windows correctly. So our first badge, we managed to get our shiny little Hoppip that's down there in the corner. All the way down there in the corner. And yeah, now we're on our hunt for our second shiny. And a burb. Oh, man, I just saw those pictures, Yalk. That looks so good, and it's making me so hungry. So tonight, we are starting a call with Joey. We're starting out with a call from Joey. He took down a Nincada in the wild. Well, I mean, of course it was a cakewalk. His Rattata is amazing. Yeah, Yalk, I really hope that bread is as good as it looks, and please, like, have an extra slice for me. It looks really, really good. I mean, yes, of course Yalk makes his own butter. Wait, the bread is very flavorful, or the butter is very flavorful? Oh yeah, because you added a whole bunch of extra seeds. Oh, it's so good. Not gonna lie, between you and Kits, Kara and I are seriously considering getting a bread maker of our own. It's true, Yuff does do everything. Don't think we've yet found a thing that Yalk does not do. What does Miller think of all the snow? Is he one of the, I'm gonna go jump through all the piles of snow sort of shepherd? Or is he the, oh god, what is this white stuff? I hate it sort of shepherd? Because I have known both. Yeah, very like legitimately. Like, yeah. I love seeing all of the things you do and anticipating what you're gonna put out next. And it drives me to actually practice my own crafting. Which is all of the best parts of what community is about. Ah, so he's the sort of in-between dog where he's like, this is amazing, let me run around. And then after 5 minutes, he's like, okay, done, let me back in. That's very fair. That's me, too. I look out at the snow and I'm like, oh, it's so pretty. I'll go out and walk in it. And then after like 2 minutes, I'm like, nope, I'm done. I'm done. I'm gonna go back inside. It's also... like, it's snowing here right now, which would be fine, except it's also very windy. And the wind chill is not nice here. We're supposed to get, I think, 30 centimeters tonight. Yay. So that's gonna be fun tomorrow morning. But, I mean, that's kind of what you expect in January in Ottawa. Heckin' windy. It really is. Like on my way home, it was doing the thing where it was pelting the little snow pellets directly into my eyes, and like there were little drifts forming on the sidewalk. Wonder if you'll get any. I think that's what's supposed to be rolling through tonight. I think it's supposed to hit you guys and Toronto and just kind of continue up and then slam into us sometime early morning. Or at least that's usually how the weather patterns go. Oh god, it's so cold I'm getting brain freeze. Yeah, pretty much. Or like I've had the fantastic experience of I blink too hard and my eyelashes freeze together. That's always my least favorite. Because if it's windy, your eyes start watering. And then that just starts freezing. And that's not fun. Especially if I wear like my scarf up over my nose and then like the top of your scarf starts getting crusty. Winter problems. Heavy wet heart attack snow? Oh no. Great. It's rare that it goes below -5. Oh, that sounds so nice. We are sitting at -10 at this very moment, and that's without the wind chill. Wind chill's probably closer to -20. Oh, right. Heckin' cold is what it is. Although I think they're predicting that overnight tonight and tomorrow morning the wind chill is going to get even worse, so... everybody stay safe and warm. Unless you're in the southern hemisphere, in which case, stay safe and cool. It's a sick SJ? I'm alright. I wasn't sick, I had done something or other to my shoulder. And I don't know what I did. I woke up Saturday morning, and just like could not move my head, couldn't turn my head, couldn't... my shoulder was okay, but it hurt, but it was like all across the back and the side of my neck. I just couldn't move. So I rested it Saturday. Sunday, it was still pretty sore, so I skipped stream. Monday, it was feeling better. Yesterday, it felt pretty much back to normal, but I wanted to baby it just in case, and also Kara's sick. And then today, it feels much better. Today, it's pretty much back to normal. But yeah, Saturday and Sunday, like, I couldn't turn my head farther than this. Turning it to the right was no problem, but I couldn't turn it... Or, sorry, turning it to the left was no problem. I couldn't turn it much further than this. I couldn't look up. I couldn't look down. And if I, like, tilted my head, my neck would click, which was fun. Again, I still don't know what I did. I think I slept really, really heavily Friday night. Like, I don't remember waking up to roll over or like shift position like I usually do. So I think I must have just fallen really, really heavily asleep in like a weird position and just did something bad to my neck. 12 giant cans of soup. Ooh, soup is good. Oh. There's our first reset of the night. I mean, technically, Kara wasn't sick either. She got her COVID booster Monday night. So yesterday she was full of the aches and the pains and the sleepiness. So I did my part in getting her tea and making her chicken fingers, etc. But she's feeling a lot better today too. I haven't actually seen her yet today. She was asleep when I left this morning and she is not yet home from work. But I was texting with her earlier and she said she's feeling much better, which is good. I may take a very brief break when she does get home if she wants like a cup of tea or something, but we'll see. I don't remember if she was working until 5 or 6 today, so that'll be a fun surprise. Well, and even if she was working until 5, with this snow, Lord knows how long it'll take her to get home. Hey, Mom. I wasn't sick. I hurt my neck. I slept on my neck funny. So like Saturday and Sunday, I couldn't like move my neck much. And so sitting like, you know, looking slightly down and doing crafting was probably not a great idea. And then Kaylee got her COVID booster on Monday, so she was like really sore and tired and out of it yesterday. So I skipped yesterday's stream just to take care of her. Chicken nuggies, what every post-shop person needs. Exactly. Chicken heals many ills. Yeah, I don't know. I woke up Saturday morning and just had this terrible crick in my neck. It's better now. It's fine. I mentioned chicken nuggets and now I want chicken nuggets. But we ate them all yesterday. I don't know what Kara's plan for dinner is. Again, it'll probably depend on how long it takes her to actually get home in this mess. We're starting, it started about an hour or two ago, and right now it's like the little tiny sparkle flakes, but the wind is causing problems. But I think the snow is supposed to get heavier and thicker over the course of the night. Note to self, I should hopefully remember I need to put a pair of socks in my purse to take to work, so that if my feet end up soaked, I'll have dry socks to change into. And then if my feet don't get soaked, I'll just leave the socks in my desk for the inevitable future date when my socks do get soaked on the way to work. Dinner is good, Randus. You should definitely eat a thing. What thing is up to you, but you should definitely eat a thing. Stretch a refreshing drink? Oh no. I don't actually have a drink. I forgot to get one. Another reason to briefly break at some point. Stretch a refreshing drink. I guess just drink it really slowly? Stretch it so that it lasts longer? Please don't drink non-Newtonian fluids. Yeah, that seems bad. That seems like not a good idea. Success? I mean, that is good red meat. There's good protein there. I'm sure it's fine, Randus. Back and forth and round and round. Put the small plastic bag on over your socks and then put on your shoes. Oh, that's an idea. Smart. We do have plenty of plastic bags around because we save them to use when we scoop the kitty litter. Good plan, good plan. Well, and we all know I am an old child, so this should work perfectly. Still take extra. Yeah, I've been meaning to for like the past month. I've been saying, oh yeah, I need to throw a spare pair of socks in my bag, and I just haven't. At some point, I have a spare scrunchie. I have a spare hair, like a crocodile clamp that I use for my hair. I have what personal things are in my desk. I have lotion. I have a box of reactant and I feel like I have something else in my desk that's not traditional office supplies, but I don't remember right off what it is. Keep a pair of spare socks with your emergency umbrella in your backpack. Yeah, that's fair. Oh, I have boots. They're just they're like half boots. Like they go up over my ankles but don't go all the way to my knees. So if the snow gets too deep, there is the potential for wet feet. Also, they're getting, they're 2 years old now, so I'm not sure that the zipper is entirely watertight anymore. I wouldn't want to wade through puddles in them. But they are theoretically waterproof. But considering how slushy and slimy the streets get, at some point I might not have any choice but to wade through a puddle. And I do have rubber rain boots, but those aren't as good in the snow because there's no insulation and my toes get cold. Canadian problems. Snorkel? Oh man. Knock on wood, the streets are not terrible right now because it got warm enough last week that like all the snow on the grass stayed. We've still got like 2 feet of snow on the grass, but all of the snow on the pavement and the sidewalks melted off. So right now the sidewalks are actually pretty clear. Again, that probably won't last through tomorrow, but we'll see. Or at least the sidewalks in our area of town. have not been bad. But yes, this is how you all can tell that I'm a Canadian streamer. It's because I've spent the first 20 minutes complaining about the weather. And the only reason I haven't been complaining about the public transit is I don't have to take it anymore. And Kara has plenty of choice words on that subject. Don't understand. Canadians don't complain about anything. We're way too nice for that. No. See, that's the trick. We don't complain about anything else. Complaining about the weather is a community hobby because everybody can relate to it and it's not likely to offend anyone. So we channel like all of that human need to complain about stuff. We channel all of it into the weather. I don't think we have any other Canadians in chat at the moment, but they would absolutely be able to verify that for me. Oh, hey Ralph. Stop that. 15-minute long conversations about the fact that it's a bit gray outside. Okay, well maybe it's not just Canadians then. Wintertime is the best time. Okay, see, here's my thing about winter. It's very pretty to look at. I love sitting and watching snowfall. But I hate being cold, and I don't want to be out in it. So that's kind of my problem with winter. That did what I wanted it to do. That's what I wanted it to do. Like, honestly, my favorite season is probably, like, late spring. Like, where it's a little bit warmer than spring, but not yet full heat of the summer. I like being able to go outside in just a pair of jeans and, like, a softball shirt. Or, like a 3/4 length. And be comfortable. Not chilly, but comfortable. Like around here, that's usually May, June, is like, if it's like right around 20 to like 23 degrees, that is the best temperature here for the Americans. Thank you, HopeBot. Yeah, like right around 70 Fahrenheit is where I'm happy. If it's winter and I'm watching the snow, I want to be sitting in front of a fireplace with like a mug of hot coffee, watching it, not out in it. Eight, 19C at most. Yeah, that's not bad. That's getting a little chilly for me at around like, well, no, 19 is still pretty good. When it hits about 15, that's jacket weather. 16, 17 is like sweater weather, or like hoodie weather. I have 2 winter coats. I have my above zero coat and my below zero coat. Because the problem is, if you wear, like, my above zero coat is definitely not enough to wear below zero. I would die. But my below zero coat, if I wear it when it's above zero, it's like so thick and insulated that I start getting hot, even if it's only like 3 or 4 degrees. So I just have 2 coats. It's fine. And one of them is probably older than I am and still kicking. Because that's what real leather does. It was a hand-me-down from my high school best friend's cousin. And the cow that gave the leather for that jacket probably died before I was born. But that coat is still going strong. I need to repair the lining in a couple places in it, but the leather itself is fine. Hi, give butt scritches? Aww. Virtual butt scritches for Miller. A below freezing hoodie and a below zero hoodie, and then a coat for below zero with wind chill. That seems sensible. That's about right. You've got to remember that in Celsius, 0 is freezing. So essentially, I have an above freezing coat and a below freezing coat. And my below freezing coat is so nice because it's wool. Well, technically that's 2 jackets because I wear like I wear a quilted flannel jacket, and then over top of that I wear my wool coat, and that stops the wind like nobody's business. Like, I'm never going back to down parkas again, because I never found a down parka that did what this wool coat does. Like, this wool coat will just stop the wind dead. Like, my face gets cold and my legs will get cold, but my torso is perfectly fine. I'm buying wool pea coats for the rest of my life. Hark, I think I hear a Kara. Ah, yes. Good old negative 17.8. That's way too damn cold. Turns out when an animal spends hundreds of thousands of years developing insulation, it makes good insulation. I mean, right? I mean, I guess the same theory also applies to down, but nah, man. Wool coats are the best. Oh, I do hear a Kara.
Yeah. Oh, a Land Koopo.
A Koopa coffee.
Yes. New jeans.
Nice. Fancy.
Oh,
Fancy.
fancy.
How was your day?
Oh, it was fine.
Good.
Let me regale you with the things I got found in our card not present audit today.
Ah, yes. Many Koopos. Now I have a drink to hydrate with. Ah, thank you, Randus. We all need to hydrate and stretch. It's very hot hydration. Ooh, and an apple for Carby. Excellent. Ooh. That was my shoulder popping. No worries. Hydration. Exactly. Hydration. Are there any extra health benefits to that? Carby's little buddy was looking real mad. Yeah. I do like that it's like the little companion orb that gets angry when you don't feed them. Not Carby himself. Ooh. More purple. New card. Oh, still with the gray. I like that. I do really like that charcoal color. It's very nice. Make hydration a category? Oh no. But I don't always have something hot. Only usually. Ooh, fight. I can only imagine a Carby fight would just be them going like at each other. Or like ultimate bluffing showdown. A Sableye would be cool. I've never trained one of those before. Congrats on unlocking another digit of followers. Why, thank you. Officially triple digits. I think it was Well, I didn't stream on Sunday. I think it was the Sunday before that. But I don't remember for certain. At some point, I'll probably just take that number off the overlay. It doesn't really serve a purpose there. It's on the, so the number is not on the overlay, but the little tiny text where it says, like, I forget exactly what it says. What does it say? Oh, no, it's not on the overlay. It used to be on the overlay, and I did take it off. So you're right, it's not on the overlay. No, encounter 1400. Perfectly normal Sableye. Oh yay, Kara's doing laundry. Well, they do. It's just we usually try to do laundry on the weekends. But this last weekend, neither of us got around to it. So yesterday we kind of looked at the laundry pile and just went, oh yeah, laundry. So it's not that they never get washed, it's that they should have gotten washed on the weekend and did not. So I'm excited that they're getting washed now. Yes, good Moogles. Those are so cute. They're so cute. Good little laser cut Moogs. I was just gonna say the Spriggans are super cute too. Alas, I am somewhat biased in my favorite Final Fantasy creatures. And they are the underrepresented ones. I mean, not always. I love, my favorites are Tonberry and Cactuar. And Namazu, but the Namazu are 14 specific. But I love Tonberry and Cactuar, and you don't see merch of them quite as often as you do Chocobo and Moogles. Which is fine. Just makes it more fun when you do find it. My keys at work have a little Tonberry charm on them that was actually made by Merlin. I don't know if she has any left, but for a while she had a little Tonberry charm up on her shop. So that's how I know the keys are mine. Right? I love cactuars. They're so silly. And Tomberries are just stabby. I did get a stuffed Tomberry. He's on the bookshelf downstairs. I have the stuffed Tomberry, and then a couple years ago, Kara got me the stuffed Alpha that's wearing the Ironworks gear. He's so freaking cute. No, I don't like requesting stuff. And it does remind me I need to send Merlin's box, though. I have stuff for her that I've been meaning to send for literally months and just have not gotten around to it. I should make an effort to do that at some point. The box! Yeah, I made her a whole cardigan. And I haven't sent it to her yet, and winter's almost over. Well, no, it's January. Winter's not almost over. But I should still send it to her. Kara took the cardigan that I made for her to work because it gets cold in the cash office. And apparently, she was wearing it around the store, and one of the managers was like, "You look like you're wearing a blanket, and I am very jealous." And that was a very good compliment. Oops, wrong button. Hasn't even started yet. Actually, yeah, my coworkers and I were having that conversation today that usually by now we've had way more super cold days than we have. Like, it hasn't even really gotten cold here yet. Not like it usually does. Which is strange. And hopefully not a sign that this summer is going to be terrible. Because usually if we get a mild winter, it means it's going to be a terrible summer. And like, we've gotten a lot of snow. It's just the temperatures have been really mild compared to what it usually is. Yeah, same. Like, it hasn't gotten much below that here either. And we're a fair bit north. Like, I think we had a couple days where it got down to like -6, -7, but then it shot right back up again. We've been hovering around freezing for weeks, and usually we're well below that. Also, thank you, Hopebot. You are doing very good work tonight. We appreciate you. Me? Oh no. I don't know what I would be appreciated for, but thank you. I've been got. Oh man, Sunday's sewing stream might be something slightly different. So I don't know if I've talked about this on stream before, but one of my coworkers makes dice, like sharp-sided resin D&D dice. They're gorgeous. Like, holy cow, his work is beautiful. But he found out that I sew, and he's doing a booth at a geeky craft show in March, and has commissioned is a weird word. Ordered dice bags from me. Just like small little simple ones that he can, that if people buy some dice and then want to pick up like a little holder bag for them, the way that we're going to do it is I'm just going to sell them to him wholesale, and then he can set whatever price he wants for them and sell them along with the dice. That means I get to make little tiny dice bags for the next couple weeks. He wants, so I did like 2 different sizes as like trials for him. And he liked them both, and he wants 2 dozen of each. Which should be doable. Like, they're really simple little unlined, like it's literally 4 seams, and then tying the strings. So I should be able to get the 4 dozen done, no problem. I just need to like actually start working on them and not leave it all to the last minute. And then if I can get done more than what he ordered, he'll probably pay me for those too. So yeah, Sunday we might be doing some dice bag stuff. At the very least, cutting fabric for them. And then maybe some testing to see exactly how loud my machine is. Combined with various microphones to see if we can work out a setup that lets me machine sew. We perform better under pressure? Yes, but I want to get ahead of this one. We do perform better under pressure, but I really like Charlie and I don't want to... Well, obviously I don't want to let him down, but I also don't want to stress myself out over this, so I'm going to make the effort to try to get the work done early, or at least at a steady enough pace that I'm not completely panicking at the end. We'll see how that goes. I mean, I would have had my resin charms for Desert Bus done in plenty of time if one of them hadn't been cursed and I had to redo it 3 times. Did a blanket in 1 month, it's fine, pressure good? Oh lord. Yes, Yalk. But I believe that it's been determined that your wrists did not thank you for that. So I don't believe that that's a thing to be emulated. Considering, as Sheep says, you did break yourself to do that, and we don't condone that. That was not a self-care move. Shiny string would be cool. Ooh, yeah, that's a good idea. I've been looking at my various yarns to see what would work well. I have leather laces that I usually use, like when I do my full-sized ice bags, but the leather laces are kind of expensive, so I don't really want to use those for these tiny little bags. But yarns are good. I'll have to stop by the dollar store. So our local dollar store is actually a treasure trove of craft supplies. Because it's like half dollar store with like the usual super cheap stuff that you would expect to see at a dollar store, but also overstock stuff from really good brands. So I go in there every couple weeks just to poke through their crafting section. Like, that's where I've gotten 3/4 of my resin supplies. Because they've always got fun, like, little glitter and confetti and stuff for super cheap. So I'll have to go in there and see if they have any interesting strings or yarns or things that I can use. Oh no, the War Thunder debacle has led to some interesting chats at work. Oh, I bet. Oh, I'm sure it has. Yeah, our dollar store is surprisingly good. Also, it's huge. Like, I keep trying to convince Kara, like, we need to go there to get, like, our tinfoil and, like, random kitchen supplies that don't necessarily have to be name brand. Because they're way cheaper at the dollar store. All you've got for craft supplies around here are big box stores. Ooh, sad. Mom, if you haven't realized, I'm a magpie by now. Maybe not specifically shiny things, but like the yarn stash and the fabric stash. I may not quite be a magpie, but I'm definitely a hoarding dragon. Joann's is very specific craft supplies, though. Joann's is like usually very specifically fiber arts, particularly fabric. And if you want, say, painting supplies, you're out of luck. Overpriced in mass market, yeah. I go to Michael's for some things, but then most other stuff I try to find either boutique or small sellers online. Yeah, our dollar store is wild. I don't know where they get some of their stuff. Ooh. Miranda's linking me a random PNG. And it's this. Oh, yeah. Yeah, pretty much. Look at me. That is fairly accurate. Oh yeah, Joann's is absolutely... I like their fabrics, because they can get in some really nice cotton quilting fabrics, but their yarn is not great. At least in Michael's, you can find decent yarns that actually are natural. At least in Canadian Michael's. Is it... I think it's Lion that makes this really nice bamboo fiber yarn that I'm in love with, but it's so expensive. I don't have any of it. I've never been able to buy any of it because it's so expensive, but it's so nice to just sit and touch it. Yeah, that's it. It's the Lion Trubo. Yeah, their bamboo yarn is lovely. Ah, thank you, Randus. Uncommon dragon hordes. Yep, because that translates over to they're usually 11 or 12 Canadian. And I cannot pay that much for a ball of yarn that big. Or rather, that small. Oh yes, how dare you put an ellipsis at the end of a URL, Randus. It's not how the internet works. I mean, it did break it. It broke the URL. That's what you were trying for, right? There's a small part of me that's hoping that enough snow gets dumped on us that maybe the college will close tomorrow. But I doubt it. It is novel to be working at a place with the possibility of snow days, though. Ooh, we have an uncommon dragon horde for Kara. Oh no! I mean, yeah, you're not wrong. There is a sword hanging in our bedroom. Like an actual ass sword. You know, I was just thinking that it was surprising nobody had called Board Game Arena on me. Alright, let's open our phone so that nobody will call us. And then I want that. I want to poke OBS until it actually displays the right window. There we go. I want to open chat on my phone. And then I click the button. You good, BGA? Okay, we're good. Didn't think it was my turn on this many. Oh yes, this spades game. Yeah, let's play that. Next. Which cribbage? Dobby cribbage. Well, I only have the choice of playing that one. Okay, that was easy. Next. Wait, we have 2 spades games? We do have 2 spades games. Oh, I missed that somehow. Yes. Let's do that. Next. Oh, yeah. queen adds 10. Yes, yes. The Claveryasin game. I guess I play the queen here. I still only half understand this game, but Kuma and I seem to be doing well. For which I credit Kuma. This is the Kite cribbage. Should I play a 2 or a 2? Let's play a 2. Bids. Okay. This game is interesting. And somehow I'm winning, which is weird. Although it looks like Kite is setting up to pass me. Well, I can only play that. Yeah, this game is interesting. So the card in the center is what you're trying to win. And we're playing with a variation called color bids, wherein the color that has the most cards played becomes the trump. So, so like here, Kite played the 8 of blue, and because I had to play a blue, blue has now become the trump. If I had played, say, a yellow card, then it would be 1, 1, and 1, and the point card in Kite would still be tied. Conversely, if Chicken Ace, so even if Chicken Ace plays, like say he played a yellow 10, because there's more blues than there are yellows, Kite would still win it. So it's a really interesting variation on a betting game. I'm really enjoying it. Yeah, I'll take that 7. I can make use of that. That can go there. Next. Oh yes, the other game of... So yeah, so here. So there's the black 5, a yellow 5, and a red 5. So if I play this red 7, I immediately become the top card because there's now 2 reds in play. So if Dobby plays a yellow, then we become tied, and I believe the point card gets burned, but I might be wrong about that. It might still be highest number wins, but I don't know that for sure. In any way, it's a very interesting game. Okay, 6 Nimit. What can I play here? And I believe this is a team order game. How do I check that again? Is it here? Yes. Place cards on the right, normal game. Okay, yeah, so this is a team order game. As opposed to a team chaos game where you can play on both the left and the right. Let's do that. Yep. Yep. Yes, okay, good. But now what do I play? So in this case, if I play something like if I played this 14, which is below all of these, then I would have to pick which row to take, and I would basically take all the cards from that row and then put the 14 in the first slot. I don't really want to have to do that. Let's play the 78 and hope that somebody else plays something between 67 and 78. Next. Kitsune cribbage. Let's play that. Next. One of these days I'll have enough games going where I'll just play entirely board games. Who's going first? Kuma's going first. Okay, that's fine. Wizard. The friend game of Wizard. Ooh. Do I want to make Dobby swear? Yes, because I think I want to go ahead and secure my last trick, and then I can just focus on dumping the rest of them. Because Wizard is one of those games where to score points, you have to meet your bid exactly. If you go over or go under, both of those are negative points. Okay, good. I can dump a heart. Yay. Next. I want that to go here, I think. Yes. Yes, I do. I want this to go here. Yes. Okay. Next. Draftosaurus. Yay. Yay, sorting dinosaurs. So on the left of the river, let's start with... Let's get a guy into this pen early. Next. Boomerang USA. I need... What have I not scored yet? Cameras. I need as many cameras as possible. None of these are useful cards. I also need the U and the V, and I've not seen either of them yet, which means they've probably been snatched. I've not scored Q yet, though, so let's take that one. Okay. Yes! Oh man, both the U and the V? Of course they're in the same hand. Alright, let's take that first and hope the V get... No, it won't get back around to me. Dang it! Alright. Fine. Yahtzee. Oh, nice! It dealt me a full house. That's very nice of it. I love when they do that. Alright, that was easy. Next. Azul. What have I got here? Can I get a single red? No. I will take a single white, though. Here we go. Confirm. Back to speed limit 99. A 10 subtracts 10, so I want to save that for when we hit 99. Okay, next. Ooh, King Domino. Yes. Alright, so I'm gonna get... Oh, that's actually very convenient that they left me the double fields. That's so nice of them. I'll take that. Ooh! Oh, I like both of those. Nifty. Okay. Next. You have entered Resin Land. That's fine as long as you're wearing proper face protection and gloves. Oh, they left me the nifty tile at the very top of the pyramid. That's nice of them. Luckily, I have one I can play there. Yay. Okay, next. Man, the last game we played of Flaming Pyramids, I got down to one tile, and it was the frickin' 200 weight millstone. And I had no choice but to put it on the top, and ended up with a hand of like 11 cards, and I was so sad. Yalk, no. Yalk, what is the phone number for your local EMTs? I'm just asking for a friend. Like, no reason. Okay, that was all the games. Aw. We ran out of games. Which means I go back to this. There we go. Actually, it is that time of the evening. I'm going to take a short, just like 5-minute break. Everybody get up, stretch, cycle fluids if you need to. Grab a dinner if it is dinner time for you. And I will be back in just a couple minutes and we will continue on with Pokemons. Hello friends, I'm back. It is snowing very hard outside and I don't like it. It is snowing very hard sideways outside and I do not like it. Scooch myself back in camera range. Again, we've been over this. It's very pretty to look at. I don't want to have to walk to work in it tomorrow. So I have a slight confession to make. I have been playing Fall Guys. I played Fall Guys for a little bit, like literally a year ago. On the PS4, and then just kind of stopped because I was playing other things. But Fall Guys is out on the Switch now. And LRR did a Crossing the Streams last week. Well, I guess it was a couple weeks ago now. That was Fall Guys. So having watched that, I was just like, now I want to play Fall Guys. Turns out it is the perfect Switch game for me. So for me, like, console games tend to be the ones that I want to, like, actually sit down and play, like FF14, for an extended period of time. My handheld games are the ones that I like to be able to, like, pick up, fiddle around with, and put down, kind of thing. My Switch games are also my multitasking games, so like Pokemon. I'm almost never just playing Pokemon. I'm usually, well, case in point. But I'm usually like playing Pokemon and watching something on TV. And Fall Guys is kind of the same way. It doesn't work as a console game for me because I don't want to have it on the television and be like only focused on that. I want to have it in my hands and be watching something else on the television. Were your shaker charms as delicious as they looked? No, because poison. I mean, I guess technically cured resin is non-toxic. But they mostly just taste like plastic. And I denied Julie the chance to eat them because I did not want to break her teeth. Because that is what trying to bite into one of those would do. Or if you didn't break your teeth, what you would do is you would crack the top coating enough that it would break the seal, and you would just end up with a mouthful of mineral oil and glitter. And I don't think that's what anyone really wants. Or at least I don't think that's really what anyone is expecting when they bite into a shaker charm. So I can't imagine that, like, just taking a shot of mineral oil would be very good mouthfeel. But that might just be me. But also, if you haven't watched the Loading Ready Run Crossing the Streams, where Graham and Corey and Ian and Wheeler play Fall Guys, it was a very fun time. Is there a bittering agent in it? Not in mineral oil, because mineral oil is technically non-toxic. You can drink mineral oil. It just it won't be pleasant, coming out the other end, shall we say. But I mean, like, there's, like, mineral oil is one of the old-fashioned, like, oh, you're constipated? Here, just take a spoonful of mineral oil. Like, it's not gonna hurt you. Yeah, exactly. It's not gonna kill you. It just might not be ideal. As far as the resin, liquid resin is straight up toxic. So if you find out there's a bittering agent in it, it's probably too late. Cured resin, again, is like licking plastic, so... Sorry, Randus, I tried to be as delicate as possible. I mean, it's the same idea of, like, we occasionally will sprinkle about a teaspoon of olive oil over Sasha's wet food. Because it'll help her, essentially it'll keep the hairballs from getting stuck anywhere. And just kind of eases them along, shall we say. Because unfortunately, she's a long-hair cat. Hairballs are somewhat inevitable. Like, we brush her pretty constantly, and she's not gotten them nearly as much since she went to the groomers this last time. And we do brush her to try to keep on top of it, but fur balls are just kind of inevitable. Also, Kara is making a salmon and sweet potato dish for dinner, and I went downstairs to get tea for her, and it smells so good. And I'm so hungry. Depending on how long it takes to cook and when she brings me dinner, I might take another brief break, or I might just end stream a little bit early because I want to eat. Like, I opened the door to my craft room and was just like, oh, that smells so good. Sasha herself is a furball, that's true. She definitely is. Oh, it was so funny. So on the weekend, I had the heating pad to, like, I was alternating between a heating pad and an ice pack to try to ease up whatever was going on with my neck. And so I was sitting on the couch, right? And I'd have the heating pad over my shoulder and neck. And then when it was time to have the heat off, I just kind of removed the heating pad and, like, draped it over the back of the couch behind me. And at one point, Sasha came, you know, strolling along the back of the couch, as she does, and was, like, you know, rubbing against the back of my head and purring. And I noticed that she was standing on the heating pad. So I reached down to where the control was and just, you know, clicked it on to notch like 2 or 3. And she kept purring, and you could tell the exact moment that she noticed that her paws were getting warm, because she kind of paused. So she was standing on the heating pad. She just kind of paused for a second, and then just slowly, like, melted down and loafed on it. And I was like, yeah, that's right. That's a good baby. She loves the heating pad and the space heater. And then you took it away like a monster. I did not. It's still draped over the back of the couch. I think she gets too hot, honestly. Because she'll lay on the heating pad for like 10-15 minutes. But then all at once, like, get up and leave. Like, with no apparent trigger, she'll just decide that's enough and get up and walk away. And if you pet her, like, her fur gets really... It's the same thing with sunbeams. Like, she'll go and lay down in a sunbeam and be perfectly content, purring up a storm, happiest melted kitty. But then all at once, she'll be like, okay, nope, that's it, I'm done, that's enough of that. And she'll get up and walk out of it. So I think she gets too hot, to be honest. Like, she likes the heat, but then there's a point where it, like, flips, and she's like, okay, nope, too hot, I'm done. We are approaching the point where we found Hoppip. Probably hit it next week, it looks like. And then we're off into uncharted territory. I have this interesting idea, and Yalk, this should appeal to you. I have this interesting idea for after this run is over, because I'm going to be keeping track of how many encounters each shiny took to find. I thought it might be interesting to make a crochet blanket with 1 stitch for each encounter for the different colors. So, like, I would do, my plan is to do a foundation row that's just black, however wide I want it, because I'm thinking it'll be a blanket. So 1 foundation row of black, and then switch to, since our first shiny was Hoppip, switch to like a green color, and then do 1,817 stitches, however many rows that works out to be. And then either start the next color immediately or finish out that row and do another row of black to serve as a border, and then start with the next color. And the second shiny, however many encounters that takes, do 1 stitch for each encounter. So at the end, I'll have like a visual blanket with like these uneven stripe colors. Once we actually finish the run, I'll have to do some math to figure out exactly like whether or not that would be a big enough blanket. And I can adjust it too. Be like, okay, well, if I make it 200 stitches wide, how many rows would each of the stripes be? Or if I make it 300 stitches wide, how many rows would each of the stripes be? And then at the end, I've just got a really cool...
No one has fed us ever in our entire lives.
Oh, it smells
Couponia.
So good. Thank you. Yeah, and then at the end, I have just a really cool stripy blanket that means nothing to anyone except me. Just do 1 row per encounter and call it a super scarf. Oh, good lord. A Doctor Who scarf. Yeah, except 1,817 rows would be an entire scarf by itself. And that's just the first Pokemon. This food is very hot. I will let it cool for a few minutes and then take a brief break so I can scarf it. But not yarn scarf, like food scarf. Yeah, stitches. But no, Randus was saying just do 1 row per encounter and call it a super scarf. That would be very long. But yeah, stitches, 1 stitch per encounter. It would and would not be a lot of counting because your rows would be a set width, right? So if my rows are, you know, say 200 stitches, well, I divide 1817 by 20 by 200. I know I'm going to have 9 full rows, so I only have to count the rows, and then I only have to start counting stitches once I get to the 10th row, would be the idea. I would just do a little bit of math beforehand to know how many rows I'm going up, and then when I hit the last row, then I start counting my stitches for whatever the remainder is. Ah, that point of the day when my mascara starts itching. It's fine. I've only been wearing this makeup for 12 hours. It's fine. Oh, Joey's calling. Hi, Joey. Yeah, I'm doing good. Uh-huh, your Rattata is super cool. It's definitely different from regular Rattata. Top percentage of Rattata. I do know what you're saying, man. I totally get it. Totally agree. Best Rattata. Still think it would be hilarious if we find a shiny Rattata at some point in this run. Just so we can rub his nose in it. There are Rattata down here. A shiny Rattata is a possibility for this hunt. Tempted to shove more bread and butter in your face? I mean, I feel like you should give in to that temptation. Dinner. Okay, here's what I'm actually gonna do. Rattata is so bad. I mean, at least it's a different color. At least it's actually a different color and not just a very slightly different shade of the same color staring hard at you, eagerly buff. Thank God shiny Pokemon sparkle when they hatch from eggs in Sword, otherwise I never would have noticed that Igglybuff was shiny. It is like 2 shades different at most. Okay, so what I'm actually going to do is I'm just going to mute my mic and hide my cam while I eat. But I will keep rocking these encounters in between bites. So I want to... Where'd my camera go? Scroll. There we go. Okay, there we go. Alright, I'm turning off the mic because I want to eat. I burned my tongue on a piece of sweet potato and I don't even care. That was so good. There. Kupo! Dinner was delicious, love. Thank you. Delicious and very badly needed. But my mom has redeemed a stretch and a hydrate. So everybody should stretch and also hydrate. It's not just me. You all have to do it too. You put miso on that salmon, didn't you? Even if you didn't, it was delicious. Pardon me. That's what I get for eating so fast. Miso soy. I thought so. It has a very distinct taste that's very good on salmon. Miso man. I want to be a miso man. Thank you. Very inspired. I'm waiting for Yelp to drop that he's learning how to make his own miso. Babe, wake up. New Yelp craft just dropped. Oh, sorry. There we go. Just had one piece of sweet potato that was bugging me. What was the food, Kupo? Food was a miso soy glazed piece of salmon, along with, I believe, was it also miso soy glaze on the sweet potatoes, babe? Cubed up sweet potato, onions, a bunch of bok choy, and I think that's it. It was delicious. Miso soy salmon is like one of my favorite foods. And I'm usually not a big sweet potato person, but these were like oven roasted, and with the miso soy glaze on top, they just kind of melt in your mouth, and they were so good. I did not eat the bok choy. Not because it's a vegetable. I quite often eat my vegetables. I just don't like bok choy specifically. I have a weird question. Is bok choy related to celery? Because it has kind of the same shape and characteristics? Question mark? I don't know if that's the word I'm going for. Or is it like, or maybe it's closer to like a kind of lettuce. I feel like it's a texture thing for me, Randus. I don't think I would mind if it was just like the green leafy tops. It's the white bits at the bottom that I don't like. So I'm betting it's more of a texture thing for me than it is a taste thing. I don't tend to like vegetables that have a lot of water crunch. Does that make sense? Like the bottom of bok choy or like iceberg lettuce or celery, where like you bite into it and it's like a wet, fresh crunch. I don't like that at all. I much prefer like actual leafy greens like spinach or romaine, or arugula, that kind of stuff. Dandelion greens are delicious. Oh, bok choy is related to cabbage. Well, I don't really like cabbage either, unless it's very finely chopped, so that would do it. Maybe what I'm thinking of is like fibrously crunchy. Because I don't mind, like, I like cucumbers. That's fine. But cucumbers aren't fibrous, so maybe that's what trips me up. Also, I love zucchini. Like, fuck. The last time we went for Korean barbecue, I basically just asked for an entire zucchini's worth of zucchini slices and then proceeded to eat all of them. Oh, yeah, water chestnuts are like borderline for me. I'll eat them, especially if they're in something else. Like, I never minded them much when Dad put them in chili. But I wouldn't go out of my way to, like, eat them by themselves or, like, on a salad. Canadians, we try. Hey, Dobby. Good evening. We're discussing vegetables. Because my dinner has bok choy in it. So we've gone on a tangent about how I don't like bok choy. And we're trying to narrow down why I don't like bok choy by comparing it and contrasting it against other vegetables. Yeah, water chestnuts are interesting. Again, it's that very, like, it's a very fibrous, wet crunch. Bamboo is the same way. I actually don't really like bamboo sprouts. It just feels like I'm trying to eat a chopstick. Or like, whenever we would get it in Chinese food, I always felt like trying to eat the slices of bamboo. I always felt like I was trying to eat one of my brother's saxophone reeds. Well, good, Randus. Together you and I make a perfect vegetarian. We should just eat all of our meals together and we can pass each other the veggies we don't like. It's perfect. Okay, I see that, Board Game Arena. I don't know that I will have had too many of them go around to my turn, but we will try. I want that. Oh, hey, apparently I won one of the games of bids. Don't know which one. Let me pull chat back up on my phone here. There we go. Duolingo reminding me I need to appease the owl this evening. Okay. My turn. And teach you. Oh, Kuma's got a full house. And technically I do too, but I can't beat it. I believe the rule for Tichu is you have to be able to beat the triad with a higher triad, and I do not have it. So, because I don't think it'll let me. If I did say that. Yep, can't beat the last combo. It needs to be a higher triad. So I will pass. Oh, yes, sorry, I believe that fell through the cracks as I was switching chat windows. Yeah, I do not like the texture of mushrooms at all. But if it's like really pureed or like chopped super fine, then I don't mind it. I mean, I'm not super great on the flavor. I don't like how earthy it tastes. I don't mind it as an accent flavor. Like, if it just kind of adds something to the dish, that's fine. But if it's like a mushroom soup where all you can taste is the mushrooms, I'm not gonna like that even if it's completely pureed. But yeah, like a little bit of super finely chopped mushroom in the chili is lovely. Oh, I am not doing nearly as well on this game. -5. I don't want to win this one. Oh, I love that it came out as the last hand when none of us have any choice about what cards we played. That's fun. Verb. Okay. I guess I will play the jack. Ooh, 12 points for Dobby. Nice hand. 4 points for me. And then 3 points on the crib. Boo. Well, Dobby and I are 41 to 42. Okay. 2 cards to Dobby's crib. Ah, yes, Math Rocks. Enjoy your Math Rocks, Randus. Made a mushroom soup for the Christmas dinner and found a bowl with 1 out of the 4 mushrooms in the fridge. Oh no! So it was like a very thin mushroom soup. Oh, this is annoying. Okay. I think I do this. Sure, let's do that. Pickled bok choy. Ugh. No, thank you. Okay, King Domino. Yes, good. Ah, dang it, Kuma. Kuma took my crowns. Okay, let's actually strategize. Does anybody have any... Okay, nobody has any open mines. Like, they can't pile it on there. So I think my play is just to go for this other double. Yeah, I think I'll go for the other double, because that also gives me the opportunity to move first next round. And get my pick of the last selection. Morel mushrooms breaded and fried. Ugh. No, thank you. Okay, play first. Let's do that. And that was it. We had just done games about an hour ago, so I was pretty light on games that were my turn. Randus, don't you have Rockster roll? Ah, stream is muted, but you are still waiting on people. Fair enough. Oh, hi, Joey. It's him, Joey. I was awake. Oh, he took down a Sentret in the wild. That's so good. Good for you, Joey. Yeah, I was gonna say, I was kind of surprised that you said you liked mushrooms. Oh, shoot. Thank you, Dobby. It does help if I switch my screens back. Not just switch my computer screen to OBS. Because that's not how that works. Thank you, Dobby. But yeah, like I never remember having mushrooms as a kid. Like that's probably part of why I'm not a huge fan of them, because we just never really ate them when I was young. So I never learned to like them. Yeah. Well, that's what I mean. Like, I don't ever remember having mushrooms around much, because I don't think Dad likes them either, does he? I don't think any of us do. Well, I shouldn't speak for Caitlin or Andrew. I honestly don't know. I just know I don't like them. Oh, right! Morels are the ones that you have to get wild. Yeah, I don't think any of us have ever really been big on mushrooms much. Oh, yeah. But that's just cream of mushroom soup, though. Like, that's only kind of mushrooms, and you mostly taste the green beans. Although, I don't know who ever first thought of putting green beans and mushrooms together. Although, I guess if that's, like, if that's what you had for dinner that night, you would throw them together and, oh hey, this is pretty good. One of those weird legacy dishes that was probably born out of necessity. There was probably some farm wife at some point where all she had was some wild mushrooms and a bunch of green beans from the garden and made a dinner out of it, and then told her friends who told their friends, and it just kind of became a thing, would be my guess. There's a lot of food pairings that are like that, where it's like, well, how would you ever think to put these things together? It's like, well, way back in history somewhere, there was probably somebody where that's all they happened to have on hand. And then when they eat it, they were like, oh, hey, this is good. Like apples and brie. That was probably just what somebody had on hand one day. And then went, oh shit, this is good. Some cultures eat different shrooms sauteed. Probably, yeah. Probably depends on whatever local mushrooms are native to various areas. Apples and brie just seems like some Frenchman's lunch. Yeah, probably. That was probably just a common lunch back then, but over time it's turned into, or it's become perceived as being a fancier thing because brie has become fancier and less common than it used to be. At least in certain places. I'm sure there's some places where brie is super common. But over here it's a fancy cheese. Apple pie and cheddar cheese makes no sense. I can kind of see it. Intrigued by how widespread green bean casserole seems to be, because it's not a thing over here. Yeah, exactly. And there's probably, it probably goes the other way. Like, there's probably Dutch foods that you're like, oh yeah, of course, I eat that every day, that we just don't have here. What was it you were telling us about a while ago that was like Dutch poutine that sounded really good? Oh, we have kale over here. We get kale salads. Probably not as often. Like, kale wouldn't be my go-to pick for a salad, but it is available if I decided I wanted it. Oh yeah, yeah, that is true. It is kind of perceived as being like a really weird, like a health food. Like almost a hippie food. Like you eat this when you're detoxing, kind of health food trend thing. Oh man, I'm not even gonna try to pronounce that. Boiled kale mixed with mashed potatoes, eaten with smoked sauce. Ooh, that actually sounds really good. Yes, capsalon. That's what the Dutch poutine was. That sounded so good. When you were describing it, oh, it just sounds so good. Boiled kale mixed with mashed potatoes eaten with smoked sausage. I'd try that. That sounds really good. Getting up there. I'll probably hit 1600 tonight. Give or take. Bi-weekly staple when you still live with your parents. Oh. Okay, here's a question. Because I'm me, is it acceptable to add cheese? Because that sounds like it would be delicious with cheese. But then again, I'm one of those people that adds cheese to everything. Or nearly everything. Everything where cheese won't ruin the flavor, I would like to add cheese. Thank you. Ooh, or sour cream. Sour cream mixed in with the mashed potatoes would probably be really good too. I just like shoving dairy into things. I'm a very dairy-based person. Dairy and carbs. Oh, Joey again. Hey, man. Yeah, I'm still awake. What's up? Uh-huh, Ratata. Uh-huh. Oh, it's totally in the top percentage of Ratata, my man. I totally get what you're saying. You go pamper that Ratata. Joey's Ratata is definitely my favorite Ratata. It's just so cool. Yeah, I totally feel that. Total agreement. It is the coolest. Okay, usually eaten with gravy. No, I know what piccalilli is. Relish. I think is what we would probably call it. But it's like olive relish, I think. Again, that's one of those things my grandmother had, I think. And I just remember I don't like it. But I want to say it's like olive relish. In hindsight. Oh, it's not olive? In a hindsight. Oh, it was green tomato. Okay. I probably never liked relish and piccalilli because how often would the homemade relish and piccalilli have slivers of pepper in it? Which I am allergic to. And we all just kind of figured that I didn't like it. When in reality, the reason I didn't like it is because I was allergic to it. So the way that we finally figured out my allergy is I had gone up to visit my grandmother. Not the grandmother with the piccalilli, the other grandmother. And we were making homemade pizzas for dinner. And I was like, I don't remember if it was my first trip to grandma's or my second, because I vaguely remember this. I think I was like 11 or 12. So grandma set me to chopping up and slicing the bell peppers to go on top of the pizzas. And, oh, you weren't there. I think it was during one of my weeks where I was at grandma and grandpa's by myself. Because grandma sent me to slicing the bell peppers and I started itching, and grandma, of course, being a retired nurse, looked at my hands as I was breaking out in hives and went, "Oh, that's an allergic reaction." And that's how we figured out I was allergic, or at least that's how I figured out I was allergic to peppers. Grandma was just like, maybe don't do that anymore. And then we sort of reverse engineered it, because for years I had always gotten sick whenever we got Pizza Hut pizza, but only Pizza Hut. And it's not like we were getting peppers on our pizzas, because none of us, like, I don't think mom or dad, either one, really liked veggies on their pizzas. We always just got, pepperoni, cheese, sausage, the standard meat pizzas. But really, I swear I remember Grandma Gardner having piccalilli. Anyway, that's neither here nor there. But for years, I had gotten sick every time we ordered Pizza Hut pizza. Just Pizza Hut. And I distinctly remember it happening 2 or 3 times, enough times that I think we noticed it and went, huh, that's weird. Maybe we shouldn't order Pizza Hut anymore. And then after we found out I was allergic to peppers, we kind of reverse engineered it and did some research, and Pizza Hut, at least at the time, used bell pepper juice in their tomato sauce. So I was having allergic reactions to just Pizza Hut pizza. It was the most bizarre thing. But yeah, fun stories of finding out you're allergic to uncommon things. Because you've just never been around it before. And then just all of a sudden. Not gonna make it to 1600? No, probably not quite. That's okay. It was an estimate. So far as I know, though, peppers are the only thing I'm allergic to. we've got 5 minutes. We'll totally make it to 1600. Everything to feed Carby is out of stock? Interesting. Are you low on channel points? That might be why. Yeah, exactly. It could just be that you've never encountered whatever you're allergic to. A friend of mine is allergic to green beans. Like, not soybeans, not peanuts, not any other kind of legumes, like just green beans. It's the weirdest thing. That one's almost as weird as mine. Huh, I don't know, Mom. Maybe there's some sort of a, you can only feed him this many times per day? I actually don't know. Tacos and cookies out of stock. Interesting. Ham works. Ham is good. Maybe it's a thing where, like, Carby gets tired of the same thing. So if he's fed, like, a certain number of tacos within a day, he's just like, nope, no more tacos? I don't know. That's interesting. Yeah, he has been fed a fair amount tonight. But that's good. Good XP for a strong Carby. Carby will conquer all other Carbys. Alright, encounter 1600. Perfectly normal Spearow. That's okay. Sooner or later, one of these things will shine. Do the save. Thank you for coming out tonight, everybody. Thank you for hanging out with me while I run around in, well, I guess in this case, a straight line. Yeah. So my shoulder's feeling much better. I will be back on Sunday, like I said, probably with dice bags, because I've got 4 dozen of them to make. Everybody have a good night. Have a good rest of your week. Stay safe, eat well, keep warm. And I will see you guys later.